If you're a Miami homeowner thinking about remodeling your kitchen, you've probably already done some research. You've looked at photos, maybe visited a showroom, maybe gotten a quote from someone. And at some point, you ran into a number that either surprised you or confused you. Because kitchen remodeling pricing in this market is all over the place. Here's the thing nobody tells you up front. A kitchen remodel in Miami is not the same project as a kitchen remodel in Atlanta or Houston or Chicago. The climate is different. The building codes are different. The condo rules are different. The permit cycle is different. And the cabinet supply chain was permanently changed by a federal tariff that hit in October 2025. Most national remodeling content is written for a generic American homeowner. This video is not that. This is specifically for Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. The three forces that shape every kitchen remodel in this market. The four pricing tiers from $20,000 to $300,000 plus, and the timeline realities that most contractors won't tell you until you've already signed. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what a full kitchen remodel costs in this market, why it costs that, how long it actually takes, and what questions to ask before you sign anything with anyone. I'm a licensed Florida general contractor, license GCG 1524886 verifiable at myfloridalicense.com. We've completed over 500 projects since 2015 across Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. 5.0 stars across 60-plus Google reviews. 37-plus permits verifiable on the Public Build Zoom record. Kitchen remodeling is one of the core things we do. Full remodels, not partial refreshes, not cabinet and counter swaps. Full kitchens done right, permitted and inspected. Let's get into it. Before we talk about pricing or timelines, you need to understand why a Miami kitchen remodel is genuinely different from what you'd read about in a national guide. There are 6 conditions that change the work, the cost, and the schedule. And if your contractor isn't designing and building for all 6, you're going to find out the hard way. First is the climate. Salt air corrodes hardware. UV degrades finishes. Indoor humidity in South Florida sits between 60 and 85% year-round, even with the AC running. That means the cabinet spec matters in ways it doesn't in a dry climate. Plywood carcasses, not particle board. Marine-grade 316 stainless steel hardware, not zinc die-cast. Thermofoil delaminates in this climate and should not appear in any kitchen we build at any tier. Second is the water table. Miami-Dade ground floor kitchens sit close to the water table. Subfloor moisture barriers, cement board substrate behind backsplashes, and proper waterproofing under any wet zone tile are not optional here. They're the baseline. Third is hurricane code. Any new or enlarged exterior opening in a Miami kitchen, a new window over the sink, an expanded opening to the backyard, triggers full high-velocity hurricane zone compliance. That means a Miami-Dade Notice of Acceptance rated assembly installed per the NOA's specified anchor pattern. This is not a formality. It's a code requirement with an inspection behind it. Fourth is condo logistics. If you're in a coastal high-rise, and a lot of Miami homeowners are, your kitchen remodel runs 4 to 10 weeks longer than the same scope in a single-family home. Board approval, freight elevator scheduling, work hour restrictions, slab penetration limits, and post-tensioned construction. These are real schedule variables that have to be planned for at the beginning, not discovered in the middle. Fifth is permits. Multi-trade kitchen permits in Miami-Dade and Broward run 8 to 20 weeks across building, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing review cycles. Boca Raton runs longer. Plan review rejections most often hit cabinet, mount details range, hood ducting, and electrical load calculations. This is not a fast process, and any contractor who tells you otherwise hasn't pulled many permits in this market. Sixth is inspections. Final sign-offs across 5 trades are sequential, not parallel. A reliable kitchen remodeler runs a punch list against each trade's inspection criteria before the inspector arrives, not after. 6 conditions. Every project. That's the baseline for doing this right in Miami. Now, let's talk about what it actually costs. We publish 4 pricing tiers because most luxury contractors won't, and homeowners doing serious research need a real frame to plan against. Tier 1 is the mid-range full remodel. $20,000 to $50,000. 9 to 13 weeks active construction. Domestic semi-custom cabinetry. Manufacturers in this category include Schuler Wellborn and Medallion. Quartz countertops. Mid-tier appliance suite in the Bosch KitchenAid or Cafe category. Large format porcelain tile flooring. All permitted. Tier 2 is mid-plus elevated. $50,000 to $100,000. 12 to 18 weeks. This is the recommended band for most full kitchen remodels in this market. High-end semi-custom or starter custom cabinetry. Manufacturers in this category include Hackert Eitelkraft and Trespa. Premium stone, quartzite varieties like Taj Mahal and Mont Blanc or sintered slabs in the Decton category at the upper end. Appliance suite in the Bosch 800 series category or integrated paneled refrigeration where the cabinetry spec accommodates it. Possible structural reconfiguration where the layout demands it. Tier 3 is luxury full remodel. $100,000 to $200,000. 16 to 22 weeks. Italian or German full cabinet systems. Manufacturers in this category include Boffi, Poliform, Eggersmann, Scavallini, and Snidero. Integrated appliance suites with paneled refrigeration columns, Sub-Zero Wolf and Miele. Sintered or natural stone. Structural reconfiguration is typical at this tier. Wall removal island repositioning ceiling work. Tier 4 is custom and ultra-luxury. $200,000 to $300,000 plus. 5 to 8 months. Full Italian or German custom cabinetry. Bespoke ranges in the La Cornue Chateau and Officine Gullo category with certified installer support. Custom appliance integration. Working pantry or scullery. Lead times at this tier are dictated by international fabrication and shipping. 16 to 26 weeks before any installation begins, plus the schedule premium for high-rise condo work where applicable. One number that applies at every tier, cabinetry typically runs 29 to 35% of total project cost. It is the single largest cost lever in a kitchen remodel. And it's the one Miami's climate punishes hardest when the spec is wrong. Here's something that changed the market and that every Miami homeowner planning a kitchen remodel in 2026 needs to understand. On October 14, 2025, a 25% Section 232 federal tariff on imported kitchen cabinets went into effect. A planned 50% increase was deferred on December 31st and now takes effect January 1st, 2027. That means 2026 is a stable year for cabinet pricing. The rate is locked at 25% through year end. For Italian and Eastern European cabinetry, the tariff adds $1,500 to $5,000 plus to a typical kitchen at Tier 2 and above. We price that impact into the proposal explicitly, not buried in a line item. What this has done practically is shift Tier 2 spec conversations towards semi-custom domestic and German lines that maintained price stability through 2026. Italian and German full systems remain the right call at Tier 3 and Tier 4 where the design intent demands it. But at Tier 2, the tariff has made the domestic and German semi-custom conversation more relevant than it was 2 years ago. The 50% rate takes effect in January 2027. If you're planning a Tier 3 or Tier 4 kitchen with Italian cabinetry, the time to start that conversation is now. Not because of pressure, but because Italian fabrication lead times run 14 to 26 weeks before delivery. The math on timing is real. 2 more material decisions that shape the project timeline more than most homeowners expect. On countertops, sintered stone and quartzite have replaced marble as the luxury default in Miami kitchens at Tier 2 and above. The reason is operational. Marble etches. In a working kitchen where someone cooks with acid, marble shows it. Quartzite varieties like Taj Mahal and Mont Blanc give you marble's visual depth with a durability profile closer to quartz. Sintered stone in the Decton and Neolith category is non-porous, dimensionally stable, and available in ultra-large formats. Book-matched slabs at Tier 3 and above run 4 to 10 plus weeks at the fabricator, depending on quarry availability. On appliances, the high-rise condo kitchen and the suburban single-family kitchen have different defaults in this market. In coastal towers, natural gas is often unavailable at the unit level. The practical default at Tier 2 and above in coastal buildings is an integrated induction range with a recirculating hood. In suburban single-family, Persaun, Coral Gables, Pinecrest, Doral, the dual fuel range with a 600-plus CFM externally vented hood is still the most common spec. Lead times are the least flexible variable in the whole project. Integrated refrigeration columns run 10 to 20-plus weeks. Panel-ready induction ranges run 12 to 20 weeks. Bespoke ultra-luxury ranges in the La Cornue or Officine Gullo category run 12 to 24-plus weeks beyond standard scheduling. We schedule the appliance order at proposal stage, Not after permit issuance, because the appliance lead time is most likely to drive the project critical path. A full integrated luxury appliance suite installed runs $50,000 to $80,000 at typical Tier 2 and Tier 3 specs. That number surprises people. It shouldn't, but it does, which is why we put it in the proposal before anyone signs. Let's talk about timeline. The full kitchen remodeling sequence runs through 6 phases, and the honest end-to-end number for a Tier 2 full remodel is 6 to 9 months. Here's what that actually looks like. Phase 1 is discovery and design, 1 to 2 weeks. Site visit measurements, photographic documentation of existing conditions. For high-rise condo work, we pull the building's renovation rules at this phase. Work hours, freight elevator booking COI requirements, slab penetration limits, before any floor plan gets drawn. Phase 2 is permitting and selections, 2 to 6 weeks. Multi-trade permit submission, concurrent material selections, cabinetry order, place stone selected at the fabricator appliance suite confirmed for lead time scheduling. This phase compresses or extends with the jurisdiction. Phase 3 is demolition and rough-ins, 1 to 3 weeks. Demo follows permit issuance and freight elevator scheduling for condo work. Rough-in work, plumbing, electrical, mechanical, is sequenced against the permit's inspection schedule. Phase 4 is primary installation, 7 to 14 weeks. Cabinet installation, stone fabrication, and install appliance, set lighting, trim plumbing, trim tile, and flooring. The longest phase by far, and the phase most affected by lead time slippage on imports. Phase 5 is finishes and fixtures, 2 to 4 weeks. Hardware paint, trim final lighting faucet and disposal sets dishwasher, and ice line connections range, hood commissioning. Integrated appliance commissioning. Phase 6 is punch out and walkthrough, 1 week. Punch list against each trade's inspection criteria. Final inspections across all trades. Walkthrough with the homeowner. Project closeout documentation, permit close manufacturer warranty registration, certified installer documentation for ultra-luxury appliances. High-rise condo work adds 4 to 10 weeks to any tier. Out-of-state owner adds 2 to 6 weeks. Bespoke ultra-luxury ranges add 12 to 24 weeks on top of standard scheduling. These are active construction durations after permit issuance. The planning phase adds time up front. Per whose 2024 data, the average homeowner spends 9.6 months in planning and 5.1 months in construction across all tiers. Before we close, I want to give you the 3 checks you should run before signing a kitchen remodel contract with anyone, us included. 1. Verify the license. Florida Certified General Contractor License GCG WAMA 5248886. Go to myfloridalicense.com and type it in. Active status, no disciplinary actions. Do this with every contractor you're considering. If they can't give you a license number, stop the conversation. 2. Pull the permit history. Go to Build Zoom and search the contractor's name. We have 37 plus verified permits on the public registry. Permits are public record. A contractor who has been doing this for 10 years in Miami-Dade should have a permit history you can see, if they don't ask why. 3. Read the reviews. Not the star rating, the actual review text. Our 60-plus Google reviews name neighborhoods and project types. That specificity is what tells you the reviews are real. A contractor with 200 5-star reviews and no detail in any of them is a different signal than 60 reviews where people describe their actual project. Those 3 checks take about 15 minutes. They will tell you more about a contractor than any sales conversation. A Miami kitchen remodel is a 6-condition project in a market with a specific climate, specific codes, specific condo logistics, and a cabinet supply chain that changed in 2025. The pricing runs from $20,000 to $300,000 plus across 4 published tiers. The timeline runs from 9 weeks to 8 months depending on scope, jurisdiction, and lead times. And the difference between a kitchen that's done right and one that isn't is almost entirely invisible on the day it's finished. That's why the process matters. Discovery before design. Permits before demo. Sequencing that accounts for lead times before anything is ordered. A contractor whose license you can verify and whose permit history you can pull. At Gavin Constructions, we offer a free quote, no trip fee, and same-day appointment scheduling. The number is 786-397-8380. The link to request a quote is below. Florida Certified General Contractor. License GCG 152486, 500 plus projects since 2010. We'll see you on the next one.